This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. More on that later. Time is extremely important. It runs everything we do. Work, school, goals. Time is so important, in fact, that it's said to be the only unit of measure. So I decided to test it. That's right, in this video, I animated Spider-Man at 1 minute, 10 minutes, and 1 hour. For consistency, I'll use the same starting frame, but other than that, I have full creative freedom. If you guys want to see more of these short form kind of videos, please like and subscribe, as it helps me out a ton. With that out the way, let's move on to the first animation. Now, I don't have a plan for this animation. I actually don't want to plan for any animations. Maybe the 1 hour one if I have enough time, but it's gonna be kind of just a freestyle. Another reason why I'm also doing this video is because I feel like with my animations, I give up a little too early. Like, I can always do a little bit more. So with the 10-minute and 1 hour animation, it'll really put my skills to the test. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna lay down the guides first, and the 1 minute animation starts now. Alright, 1 minute on the clock. I think I only have time for like a simple swing in and out the screen. I don't even think I have time to animate the webs. So I'm just gonna try and get the base movements down as fast as I can. 1 minute feels like a lot of time, but it's really not. There's already 30 seconds left. I'm too used to double framing. 20 seconds. Oh my god. I'm selling. 10 seconds. Okay, the 1 minute is up, and I'm kind of scared. I'm scared to click play, okay? We're gonna see how this looks like in 3, 2... That's not actually bad. What I was trying to do, I was just trying to move him like this with like 10 seconds to spare, so that's what it would look like. Not too bad, but you know, I did do it in 1 minute, so yeah, the 1 minute animation is complete. I mean, this is probably what you would expect to animate in 1 minute. It's not gonna look good, obviously, but with that out the way, that means we can move on to the 10-minute animation. Okay, and here we are in the 10-minute animation. I'm actually gonna use the same starting frame for all 3 animations. I think that would be cool. This time I have 10 minutes to animate. Those said 10 minutes start in now. Alright, I'm a little discombobulated on what to do, but it should be fine. I'm gonna still keep it at 10 FPS because, I don't know, 10 minutes still doesn't feel long for me. Maybe I'll actually be able to animate the webs this time though. Alright, at least I've gotten a swing down. That's progress. Alright, we're more than halfway through, I think. So as long as I can like ease it out of this like launch, I think we should be good. But I do want to add the webs. The webs should take like 2 minutes. So when there's 2 minutes left in the timer, that's probably when I'll add the webs. Alright, I think there's 2 minutes left now. Just gotta finish these arms really quickly. And now it's time to add the webs. I got a comment. Somebody asked me how I do my webs. Well, not a comment. Somebody messaged me on Discord, which you should join because, you know, you get to talk to me. Literally all you do is just grab a segment and make that the web. At least that's what I've been doing recently. So 20 seconds left. I actually don't have time to add the webs. This is why we need time management skills, guys. I 100% don't have time to add the webs. I honestly thought it would take a lot less time, but that's time. Alright, and that's the 10-minute animation. The legs are a little bit weird. The leg physics are weird. For 10 minutes, I honestly thought I could do a lot more, but again, time management skills, I guess. I mean, it's alright for what it's worth. You know, it's 10 FPS, low frames per second. I don't really use 10 FPS that much, and obviously I didn't get to finish a lot of stuff I wanted to finish, like the legs or the webs. So for what it's worth, I think it's actually a really good animation. For all 3 of these animations, just like the last video, I want you guys to comment down below what you would rate them with a timestamp. So yeah, you've had long enough to look at it, and now we're gonna move on to the 1 hour animation. This is my old chair. It's stiff, uncomfortable, and honestly pretty old. So you can imagine my surprise when the people over at FlexiSpot asked me to show you guys their brand new C7 Morph. Now I waited a whole day to give you guys this review because I wanted to give myself, you know, time to actually feel the chair out. And let's just say this chair is really comfortable. Now the first thing I want to show you guys about this chair is this amazing headrest, which essentially makes it one size fits all. Let's say maybe your head is all the way over here. Maybe this is how you find it comfortable. Maybe your neck is all the way back here. I don't know. Moving down the chair, FlexiSpot's unique design makes it one of the most comfortable ergonomic chairs in the market. So obviously, you guys see me sitting on the chair. It moves with my back. And one of the things about this chair that helps it move with my back is FlexiSpot's air lumbar technology. What does that mean, you may ask? Well, so we have these two buttons on the bottom part of this chair here. And if I press this button, it starts filling up this part of the chair with air. Now you might be wondering why would a chair do that? Now one of the things you guys might not know is that most of the pain you feel from sitting down in a chair for too long is actually in this air. So with the air lumbar, it's just like, it's an extra bit of cushion. And let's say you don't want the air. Well, that's as simple as releasing it. Speaking about cushion, another thing that FlexiSpot does really well is their seat cushion. I mean, I can press down pretty hard on this. This thing cushions like it's deep. It's a whole, it's basically, you're sitting on a pillow, essentially. Now, what does a pillow also come with? A bed. And I'm not saying this chair turns into a bed, but it gets pretty close. Let's say I'm on break from work, or maybe I want to take a break from gaming. Luckily, FlexiSpot also has an amazing reclining feature. And let's say my feet are getting a little bit tired, and that's okay, because FlexiSpot has got you covered. Take this out, flip it over, put your 2 feet on, and boom. But Raz, my arms are too close to each other. What am I gonna do now? Well, luckily, FlexiSpot also has the most flexible armrests ever. Did you guys see the pun there? I hope you saw the pun. Anyways, long story short, I can extend these as I see fit. I can even turn these. I mean, just look at this. This is the chair you want. And this is the chair you can get today by using the code in my description to get the best price. FlexiSpot also comes with a 30-day return policy for a risk-free trial and a 10-year warranty with direct replacement for damaged parts. Even if you have a limited budget, you can also check out their C7 and C5 chair, which is also a good build quality with basic functions for adjustment as well. Thank you again, FlexiSpot, for sponsoring this video. And now we can finally move on to the 1 hour animation. And it is now time for the 1 hour animation. Now, an hour might seem like a lot, but I promise you, when you start animated, it doesn't feel that way. So I'm actually gonna, manage my time, or try to manage my time a little bit better than I did in the 10-minute animation. But it's gonna be the same sort of process, just that swing, and then maybe I'll do a little landing. I'm only gonna keep the animation short so I can spend more time on stuff like, the background and actually doing the webs and lighting and stuff like that. So yeah, now that you guys know my plan, the 1 hour animation starts now. All right, so first thing I'm actually gonna do is try to find a city background. We can't be picky here, so I'm gonna zoom this in, go a little bit lower, actually go a little bit higher. Then we're gonna grab the dark light effect. I'm gonna put that down here, and then I'm going to lock it to the camera. That's just so it moves with the camera. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this light effect. So put it under, boom, choose figure, this. Alright, now this is also locked, and we're also gonna add some parallax to the background as well. Just gonna make that a negative number, any negative number. And now we have sort of this, a little bit of lighting. Alright. It's only been about 5 minutes, and I think we're ready to start the actual animation. So I'm gonna have him swing through the city, obviously, and then the camera's gonna follow. Oh, also gonna change the FPS to 15, 16. The thing with doing the background first is that I can't see the onion skins. I don't know if you can, well, you can do that, but I don't know, that just gets in the way for me. Alright, there's about 40 minutes left, and I'm almost done with the animation. I mean, I'm chilling. You know what? I've made it this far in the animation, and there's still 42 minutes left. So I'm gonna make him do a little backflip, Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of the camera work just so I know what I'm looking at, because it's kind of confusing to preview this. Alright, let's see. Okay, now let's see. It's kind of no transition between the two shots. So I think I'm gonna do this and zoom this in a little bit. There we go. I think that's a smoother transition. Alright, 30 minutes to go, and I have to reanimate the arms. Sweet. Alright, time is kind of running out now. 20 minutes left. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Let me at least do the camera work here so I can actually see what I'm animated. Alright, it's actually looking good. I think he has to tuck a little bit earlier though. Alright, 18 minutes left. We should have time to finish this and add the webs. Alright, let's see. Boom. Backflip. I mean, the animation is not finished, but we have about 15 minutes left to add whatever we want. So I could definitely revise a little bit, but you know, it looks okay right now. Alright, there's about 10 minutes left, and I think that's the perfect amount of time to actually start adding the effects and stuff. Of course, I'm going to start off with the web. The difference between using a segment and using a movie clip is that you can obviously manipulate the segment as much as you want, as opposed to a movie clip. A movie clip, like, if you have too many frames, like in this swinging position, if you have too many frames in this swinging position, then the movie clip is going to be too short. And vice versa, if you have too little frames, then the movie clip is going to be too long. So that's why it's kind of just better to stick with the segment, because you have that flexibility. Look how easy that was. We still have about 5 minutes left. So what I'm thinking is to add a little dust effect right here. See if I can find a good one. I guess this will do. Something else I wanted to do was also blur the background here, which I think I have literally just enough time to do. And there we go. I think the animation is about complete. I still have like 3 minutes left. I don't know what I could do in 3 minutes that would make this animation look better. Obviously some of the limbs are a little bit choppy, like right here. You can see his right arm bugging out a little bit. But again, you know, I don't think that's anything I can fix in 3 minutes. I mean, I could try. Alright, I think I fixed the arm. And with, wow, 7 seconds to spare. That means that on that note, the 1 hour animation is complete. Obviously, it looks a lot better than the 1 minute and 10 minute animations. You know, I was able to set up the lighting and stuff like that. Even though the lighting doesn't look great, that's something I could have definitely changed. There's a lot of stuff I could change, obviously. With an infinite time frame, I can do, you know, a lot more things. But yeah, as I said, let me know what you guys think about the 3 animations. Rate them in the comments below. It's a simple animation. You know, I keep saying, you know, it's a simple animation, you know, oh my god, wow. It's a simple animation, only about 81 frames. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to implement, like, half the stuff I wanted to do, as opposed to the, you know, 1 minute and 10 minute animations. It's definitely fun to have, like, challenges and stuff. I feel like it really pushes you as an animator. If you guys want to learn how to animate, you know, I recommend doing challenges like this. You can learn a lot from it, different techniques and stuff like that. If you want to learn more than that, though, you can also check out my 11 Principles of Sticknodes playlist. It should be on the top right of your screen right about now. But yeah, like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. Join the Discord, linked in the description, if you want to be in future videos, like animating your drawings or animating your figures, or if you just want to talk to me or get updates on the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.